All right, thanks for sharing your plan. I appreciate that. I've got it open. I don't have well, that's right. I do have a trial copy of Pro 2222. I just downloaded. Never mind. I've got it open in X13. Same critter. Since there's no floor, there's nothing to dimension to except the bottom of the soffit. And I guess, what's that? Framing. Okay. You got this set at 96. So I would assume you take this. I'm going to use the arrow keys and bump it up. And then this is a handy tool, point-to-point move. When you want to precisely move something, it's a lot. Whoops. Try that again. Left click on the tool, click on the area you want to move, and then click where you want it to move to. Well, it didn't work. Okay, try it again. I'll get to your dimensioning here in a minute. I don't know. Look at that, it's snapping. Oh, I've got the snap grid on. I never use a snap grid because what you just saw, it wants to snap to the snap grid instead of where I want it to friggin' go myself. Now we go. Okay, got it done. Okay, now about dimension tools. There's several that you can pick from. Now this is the most common one, end to end, but it has to have dimensionable points. Okay. See, I was trying to dimension to there, but it just dimensioned to down here on the, it just measured the soffit base. Excuse me. And then we should be able to click on the dimension and using this little tool here, create another dimension point. Left click drag to another dimensional. Okay, it's working. That's funny. For you, it wasn't working. For me, it's working. But this is not the only tool you can use. Now, see, it's not it won't, for some reason, it won't dimension to the top of that object there. So, and I wanted to dimension to it. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can add a CAD line, line my cursor up with the edge of that, and then left click drag to create a tiny line. Dimensions have a lot of affinity for CAD lines. So that's a way to get that done. That's one method. I'm going to click on that, hit the tab key and delete that. Another thing that dimensions like are points, point marker, see? Same kind of thing. I can put it where I want it. There's a point marker. And now I can extend the dimension to that point marker. And if you don't want the point marker so huge, it has a dialog where you can make it smaller. I'll make it a 1/16 of an inch in diameter instead of 4 inches. Like that. Okay. There's also a tool called, now this is interior dimensions is for like between walls in plan view. And this will give you a display of the angle between two lines in elevation or in plan view. I mainly use it in plan view, but it can be used in elevation. And this tool here creates its own points. See, I'm going to line my cursor up there and then left click drag. And then get it exactly where I want it and then release the mouse. It's not as precise as this. As you can see, it's off by a little bit. If you zoom in, yeah, see this point here is a little high. See, they're still out of agreement. Maybe this one's a little high here. Yeah, it is. But when there's nothing else around to dimension to, this has built-in dimension points. Now I got them to agree. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this tool here. Go up. Yeah, it's a little imprecise. See how the point's a little high? But when you don't have any other way to dimension something, this is a good way to get it done anyway. Okay, I got that lined up pretty well. The same tool. And it's not a matter, it's not a matter of your settings are wrong or something like that. It's just in 3D views, dimensioning is not all that as straightforward as it is in plan view. Dimension points on 3D objects are a little bit less certain than like in plan view. And that's the way of it. And that's the reason they have different tools. Like if you don't want to mess with the visual display, you can just use this tape measure to just get an estimation of a dimension. See, it's off a little bit as well because it's dependent on exactly where you left click and then where you stop the mouse. That's a little close. Yeah, okay, I nailed it that time. I had to zoom in to do it. Just to inform yourself of a dimension, not for printing and so forth. This tool is for plan view. You gotta just play with it and see what it does. I don't use it very often, but I have used it sometimes. And also this one here, these are variations of each other, and they're plan view tools. I've never used them in an elevation, but I suppose I could. I just haven't wanted to. That's about it on the dimension tools and how to get things done no matter what. And I've been using this software for 25 years, and the statements I'm making are based on my experiences. In that some 3D objects are easier to dimension than others. And that's the reason there's more than one dimension tool. If a one dimension tool would get it all done, then there wouldn't be but one dimension tool. But you get the idea, I hope. And I do hope this helps you, and so you can move on to something else, whether it does or not. Have a great day. Thank you.